Ducati boss Davide Tardozzi is absolutely fuming with unsporting fans at Mugello, and he's calling on two living legends, Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi, to shake hands and bury the hatchet on their epic 10-year feud. What's really going on here? Could this legendary rivalry finally be put to rest? Stick around, because we're diving into all the juicy details in this video. Let's kick things off with the latest drama that's got the MotoGP world buzzing. At the Mugello circuit in Italy, Marc Marquez just clinched a cracking win. Proper brilliant, right? But sadly, not all the fans were clapping and cheering. A small bunch of spectators actually booed and whistled as Marquez rode by. This got Davide Tardozzi, the Ducati MotoGP team boss, proper riled up. Picture this, mate. Marquez is on top form, standing proud on the podium, and yet he's met with jeers. Tardozzi wasn't having any of it. He came out swinging, calling the fans' behaviour unsporting and totally out of order. He reckons this bad blood stems from the long-running drama between Marquez and Rossi that kicked off back in 2015. But come on, lads, it's been a decade. Why are some folks still hung up on the past? Tardozzi didn't mince his words in front of the crowd, telling them to cut out the whistling and show some respect for the riders' performances on the track. He said, "If you're not a fan of Marquez, fine, just don't clap. Simple as that. But booing? That's just too much." What do you reckon? Are fans entitled to show their dislike, or is Tardozzi bang on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. For those new to MotoGP or needing a quick refresher, let's rewind to 2015, where this whole saga began. Valentino Rossi was battling tooth and nail for his 10th World Championship title, but towards the end of the season, he clashed with Marc Marquez, the young hotshot who was making waves. The drama hit fever pitch at Malaysian Grand Prix in Sepang. Rossi accused Marquez of deliberately sabotaging his title chances with some dodgy racing on the track. Things got heated. Rossi and Marquez made contact during the race, and Rossi copped a penalty. The result? The 2015 World Championship slipped through Rossi's fingers and went to Jorge Lorenzo, leaving Rossi gutted. Since then, the relationship between Rossi and Marquez has been on the rocks. Fans were split down the middle. Some backed Rossi, others stood by Marquez. In Italy especially, Marquez often gets stick from Rossi's die-hard fans, the so-called Yellow Army, who feel Marquez stole the title from their hero. Even now, 10 years later, those old wounds still sting. Fast forward to 2018, and the drama cranked up a notch when Rossi flat out refused to shake Marquez's hand at a press conference. Rossi said he'd never forgive Marquez for what went down in 2015. Marquez, on the other hand, he just shrugged it off, saying he had no personal beef with Rossi and was focused on racing. But the fans kept the tension simmering every time Marquez raced in Italy. Back to Mugello 2025. Tardozzi wasn't just cross with the fans. He had a big message for Marquez and Rossi too. He said, "It's high time they shook hands and moved on." In his view, two world-class champions like Marquez and Rossi should set a positive example for the fans. He put it bluntly, unsporting behaviour can't be excused just because of something that happened 10 years ago. It's time to turn the page and look forward, especially for Marc and Vale. Tardozzi didn't want to get bogged down in who was right or wrong in 2015. For him, it's a 50-50th split. What matters now is the future of MotoGP and the positive message these two legends can send. Tardozzi also gave a massive shout-out to Marquez's performance at Mugello, saying he raced brilliantly and deserved respect. Interestingly, Marquez himself said the negative vibes at Mugello this year weren't as bad as in previous years. Maybe it's because he's now racing for Ducati, Italy's pride and joy with a massive fan base. Still, the jeers from a small group of fans put a damper on the mood. Tardozzi isn't the first Ducati figure to stick up for Marquez over fan backlash. Last year at Misano, Pecco Bagnaia, a two-time MotoGP world champion, got proper fed up with fans booing Marquez after he won the San Marino Grand Prix. Bagnaia's reaction shows how tight-knit the Ducati team is, backing all their riders, including Marquez, who joined as a factory rider in 2025. Bagnaia said he can't stand fans slagging off riders just because of old grudges. For him, racing is about what happens on the track, not personal vendettas. Ducati, as a team, is clearly trying to bring fans together and dial down the tension. Tardozzi, for instance, praised Bagnaia for his solid race at Mugello. He also urged fans to focus on the positives, like Ducati's increasingly competitive performance this season. Tardozzi's call for Marquez and Rossi to shake hands isn't just about those two, it's about the future of MotoGP. Imagine if these two legends could patch things up. It could unite fans who've been divided for years. MotoGP would be a proper belter without the toxic baggage from the past. But here's the million-dollar question. Will Rossi and Marquez listen to Tardozzi? Rossi's retired from MotoGP now and is tearing it up in car racing, but he still holds massive sway in the biking world. Marquez, meanwhile, is at the top of his game with Ducati. Will they cross paths in the paddock and shake hands to make peace? Or is this just wishful thinking from Tardozzi? One thing's for sure, the fans have a huge role to play. If they keep booing and jeering Marquez, it'll be tough for the paddock to move on. But if fans start showing respect to all riders, including Marquez, maybe Rossi will feel more open to letting bygones be bygones. The Marquez-Rossi feud isn't just about them. It's about the MotoGP community that's been split for years. Rossi's fans, with their iconic Yellow Army passion, often turn a blind eye to Marquez's achievements, while Marquez's supporters feel he doesn't get the respect he deserves in Italy. Tardozzi's push for a handshake could be a game changer in bringing the community together. Imagine fans focusing on the racing instead of old drama. MotoGP would be a much more positive and thrilling place, but it'll take effort from everyone, including the fans. Do you agree that fans should move on and cheer for all the riders putting on a show on the track? Right, that's the red-hot story from Mugello and Ducati's boss urging Marquez and Rossi to end their feud. Are you Team Rossi, Team Marquez, or Team Peace? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to share this video with your MotoGP mad mates. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the latest updates from the racing world. If there's a MotoGP topic you want us to dive into next, tell us in the comments. Catch you in the next video and keep it full throttle.
Welcome to GP Talks. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.